Hey, this is Razor's Edge back with another Empyrion video. In this one today, we're going to work on making a hover vessel, which is going to serve as a harvester. We need the harvester to go harvest the trees faster because, let's be honest, using a chainsaw and running tree to tree kind of sucks. And it's not very cool. So we're going to try to make one with possibly an extra couple of attachments to it. Might work, might not work, but the rest of the video might have a little bit of me just interrupting it with some speech, but I highly doubt it. But otherwise, we need the biofuel that comes from harvesting the trees and converting it over to be able to get off the planet. Because this is a starter planet, and we don't want to stay here for very long because it'll eventually wipe. So with that, enjoy the video. So you might not know this, but you need oxygen to breathe. 9 out of 10 scientists would recommend it, but that 10th one is over there choking to death. So now's about the time that you'll see me start to go travel around and try to find resources. It's not fun sometimes because you gotta stop, use your detector because it only lasts for so long. But this hover bike does help out early on, but it really does not like going over water. So if you happen to see that, it's going to go a little slow, and it is mind-numbingly annoying. But, once you make your own hover vessel, that issue goes away. Day 4, traveling through the woods. Don't know when I'll finally find something. Oh my god, is that copper? Now here we ended up finding a small wreck to destroy. And breaking these things down can get you a lot of extra resources. Salvage operations are pretty lucrative. So instead of making you watch this whole agonizing scene, I'm just going to speed it up. Finally got to the iron deposit I've been looking for forever, but I may or may not have screwed up. I didn't realize where I was at the time, and I'm now harvesting in Polaris area. If you do that, you will regret it because they're everywhere. So because of that goof, I now have to take the long way home. Could be worse, I suppose. I mean, I could think of other things to fill 20 seconds with. I don't know. I could go get a drink. I could go get something to eat. I could go do your mom. Yeah, 20 seconds is all I need. Finally to the main event. Typically what you want to do is you want to go ahead and place down the hover vessel core in the air, floating, or any ship in the air, and then make a flared base, because you have a few seconds from when you place it that it falls down. You could put landing gear underneath it, but I honestly find that making that flared base is the easiest. After that, it's just adding all the components to it. If you want to make it armored, you can. You don't need to because this is just a harvester. So I'm just going to speed build this thing for you guys so you can see it. And it's going to be a pretty cheap and easy setup. So here you'll see me put down some thrusters. They're not normally used on a hover vessel, but I do find, especially as you start harvesting more, it's better to have these in certain areas, maybe the going and stopping. Turning, it does get a bit harder as you do more harvesting because your vehicle does get weighed down. So having extra thrusters on there will help it move faster and stay at a consistent speed and be able to stop. All right, it's finally done. It's time to go out and abuse this rainforest. We are going to go hit every tree possible that I can find that's going to give us wood logs. Some of these little things, they only give you plant fibers. Not that great to do it, but this thing is a tank. If I run into a tree accidentally, the tree's gonna break instead of me. Remember that whole complaint I had about the slow speed with the hover bike over the water? Yeah, not a problem anymore. Tim Burton. Won't lie to you guys, I absolutely decimated the giant trees in that forest. They usually give the most amount of wood, so that's kind of why I went for them. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and speed this up a little bit, and then you can just see this thing in action. The 4 harvesters onto it work really well. Plus, if you look at it, you can see I get XP twice because the tree de-renders and comes back and then goes away. It's at this moment you can see that I decided to commit a war crime. Maybe. I don't know. This kind of thing hasn't really been done before. But yeah, it worked.
Nobody is spared, not even the children.
All right, so I think this is where we're going to call it. This was the hover vessel trip and construction. It worked really well. I ended up pulling, I think, about 2,500 wood, but that's how it works. And at the end of the day, if you liked it, give it a like. If you want to, subscribe as well. We managed to hit the 25 goal for the end of the year, so maybe we'll go to 30 for next year. Who knows? But with that, have a good one and enjoy the rest of your holidays.